Hi friends, my name is Ratan. In the last videos we will discuss OOPS concepts, class concept, how to create the object, inheritance concept. I will discuss these all points. In this video we will discuss about the interfaces. Interface concept, Java group of packages. The Java contains group of packages. Every package contains class and interfaces, right? So class and all. So class, normal classes, abstract classes, the class concept. Coming to the interface concept, the interface is also very important. Coming to interface, the interfaces are just extension of abstract classes. So the last videos we will discuss abstract classes. Just interface are extension of abstract class. So definition of abstract class, right? So what is the definition of abstract class here? The abstract class, for example, this is a class test. The class test contains the method abstract void m1 method. This class is called abstract class. The abstract class contains at least one abstract method. Otherwise, I declared class name is a test. This class contains void m1 method with open brace, close brace, contains some implementation. So the class test contains normal method. It is possible to declare the abstract modifier here also. So abstract class may contains abstract methods or may not contains abstract methods. Those points we will discuss in the last video, so no, right? The abstract class may contains abstract method or may not contains abstract methods, but for the abstract classes object creation is not allowed. For the abstract classes object creation is not allowed. Coming to interface, so extension of abstract class is interface, right? Just extension of abstract class. The interface, we are declaring interface by using interface keyword. Interface, some interface name. The interface is allows to declare only abstract method. The interface is allows to declare only abstract method. Abstract class it may allows or may not. But interface is allows to declare only which methods? Abstract methods. In the company level, when we develop the projects, directly we are unable to implement the project. So now interface here, interface IT1. The interface is allows to declare only which methods here? Abstract methods. In the company level, in the company level, directly are unable to implement the project. First of all, declare all the functionalities of the project. Once the functionalities are decided, then start implementations. So for example, banking application, we are having functionality, deposit functionality, withdraw functionality, money transfer functionality, loans functionality is there. Directly are unable to start the method, unable to start the functionalities. First of all, declare the functionalities of the project. We are declaring the project functionalities by using which concept here? Interface concept. We are declaring functionalities of the project. Later, we are writing the implementations of the project. So the interface is also known as 100% pure abstract class. It contains only abstract methods, right? 100% pure abstract class. Otherwise, in the company level, you can say SRS document, service requirement specification document. Otherwise, you can say interface is highlighting the set of functionalities of the project. So general simple point regarding interface. The interface is highlighting the set of functionalities of the project. Later, we are writing the implementations. That is your interface concept. So generally, in the abstract class, we declared abstract method. To represent this method is abstract, we must declare which modifier here? Abstract modifier. And to represent this class is abstract, use abstract modifier. But coming to the interfaces, when we declare the method, by default the interface methods are public and abstract. If you are declaring or not declaring, by default interface methods are public and abstract. And by default interface are abstract. So by default interface methods are public and abstract, and interface are abstract. So that is the reason in entire Java for the interfaces object creation is not allowed. For the interfaces object creation is not allowed. So point is clear. So here interface, it allows to declare only abstract method. It is highlighting only functionalities of the project. We are declaring functionality. Later we are writing the implementations. It is 100% pure abstract class. Otherwise SRS document. By default interface methods are public and abstract, and by default interface are what? Abstract. So in front of the video, don't sit idle. Can please take the pen and paper. Can please note on each and every point. So in front of the video, take your laptop and open your laptop. When I do the practicals, along with myself, can please do the practical in your laptop. Once the practicals of first example is completed, then start the second example. So don't sit idle in front of the video. We are decided to learn Java, right? There's a reason. Take the pen and paper as well as laptop, do the practicals properly. So clear? So this is the interface concept. What are the main functionality of interface here? It is highlighting the functionalities. There is implementations. We are writing implementations in the implementation classes. This is also known as SRS document, right? Good. So for the classes, test class is there. After compilation, test dot class file will be generated. After compilation, test dot class file will be generated. In the same way, for the interface also, after compilation, dot class files will be generated. So interface ID, after compilation, which dot class here? ID dot class file will be generated. So clear? So the practical I will write the first example regarding interfaces. So just like abstract classes, if you know abstract classes, then understanding the interface is very easy. So first of all, go through the abstract class concept, then start interfaces. If you don't know abstract class, we are unable to understand the interface concept first. So here I declared interface by using interface keyword. Interface name. I declared void m1 method. So here by default interface methods are what? Public and abstract. And by default interface are abstract. So by default interface are abstract. Here let me declare two more methods, void m2 method and void m3 method. Total I declared how many methods here? 3 methods. Interface ID 1, void m1, m2, m3. Here this is my functionalities of the project. Later can please provide implementations of the project. So concentrate in the classroom level. Generally we are taking m1 method, m2 functionality, m3 functionality. In the project level, whatever the functionalities present in your project, can you please take that functionalities, right? Now here I declared class name is a tester. Interface contains abstract methods. Write the implementations in implementation class. The implementation class is nothing but the class which implements the particular interface. Now concentrate here. This is a test class. This is implementation class of ID1 interface. In the test class, can you please write the implementation of 3 methods? This is nothing but overriding concept. It's nothing but overriding. The parent contains all methods. Override that method in the test class to write the implementation. Let me write the implementation here. So here I'm writing void m1 method implementation. Now system.out.println of this is my just m1 method. Like that I will provide the implementation of m2. The same way I will provide the implementation of m3 also. So here 3 methods implementations are completed. This is my m2 method, this is my m3 method. 3 method implementation are completed. Then write the main method, the public static void main. Let me declare string array args, open brace, closure brace. Now here I am creating object of test class, implementation class, test t equal to new test of. Then I call t.m1 method, then I call t.m2 method, then I call t.m3 method. We call 3 methods. Save this application. You know my location, right? Always. My computer local disk G, Java by Ratan, Java programs folder. Here let me save the application name test.java. In the command prompt, my application present in local disk G, cd space, so Java by Ratan. In the Java by Ratan folder, Java programs folder. In the Java programs folder, Java compiler, can please compile test.java, right? Can please read the error messages? Very important error message it is. Attempting to assign weaker access privileges was public. While overriding, we will discuss this rule. This is one of the rule in overriding. Attempting to assign weaker access privileges was public. Attempting to assign weaker access privileges was public. Can please check the line number here? 10 is the line number. Line number 10. This is the problem. This is the problem. This is the problem. These 3 methods are problem. These 3 methods are problem. Tell me what is the problem in this case here? What is the problem? So very important. Can please concentrate. I declared interface IT1. the interface IT1 contains void M1 method. You know, by default these methods are what? Public and abstract, right? By default these methods are public and abstract. Generally, I take in class test. The class test, it performs, implements which interface here? IT1 interface. Class test implements IT1 interface. Now here, override that method. Class test implements IT1, override that method, right? While overriding that method, we are writing just void M1, the SOP of, just I'm writing this is my M1 method. That implementation I written, right? Closure press. But concentrate, while discussing overriding, I discuss 8 rules regarding overriding. Signatures must be same, return types must be same, and static methods cannot override, final methods cannot override. I discuss these rules. As part of rules, while overriding the methods, it is not possible to reduce the permissions. I said one point, right? What is the permissions? Coming to the permission, check once here. In the interface, M1 method is which modifier here? Public modifier. Interface which modifier here? Public modifier. I am overriding in the child. While overriding, here I declared any modifier here? There is no modifier. If you are not declaring any modifier, what is the default modifier in Java here? Default. Interface method is public. While overriding the implementations, while providing implementation, that method is which method here? Default method. That method is called what? Default. You know, public, how many packages are able to access? All packages are able to access. Default means how many packages are able to access? Only one package is able to access. So concentrate here. Interface method is public, all packages. While overriding, I am not declaring any modifier. If you are not declaring any modifier, what is the default modifier in Java? Default. Default means how many packages are able to access? Only one package. Only one package is able to access, right? So concentrate. While overriding, we are trying to increase the permissions, or you are trying to decrease the permissions, or same level. Public, public, same level. Are increasing or decreasing? Clear? Good. While overriding, this is all packages, this is one package. We are trying to reduce the permissions or increase the permissions. Obviously, we are trying to reduce, right? So anyone is asking the same question, Ratan, can please tell me once again, increase, decreasing? Public, all packages. Default, only one package. All, only one. We are trying to decrease the permissions or not? In Java, it is not possible to decrease the permissions. Either we have to maintain the same level, otherwise increasing order is possible. Whether we have to maintain the same level or increasing order is possible. Here, public only main modifier, like all packages accessing, right? There is a reason, while providing the implementation of interface method, that interface methods must declare which modifier here? Public modifier. Then only code is compiled, code is executed. So here public, all packages, here public, all packages. While overriding, we are maintaining the same level or not? So there's reason, the implementation methods of interface, that implementation methods must be which methods here? Public methods. Must declare which modifier here? Public modifier. So concentrate. Ratan, I am writing the implementation of interface method. If you are writing the implementation of interface method, your implementation methods must be public modifier, because the interface methods are by default public. The interface methods are by default public. That is the reason, while overriding, while providing the implementation, we must declare which modifier here? Public modifier. That is a very, very important point. So try to concentrate that point. So here, the interface method is a public, all packages, but here I not declared any modifier, default, only one package. So to maintain the same level, let me declare here public. Here also I declared which modifier here? Public modifier. Here public, then I declare public modifier. So control S, code is compiled. Java, the class name is called what? Test class. M1 method and M2 method and M3 method. And in the project level, in some cases, when we are doing the Hadoop projects, Selenium projects, they are writing in the code like this. This one is also perfectly valid. Interface IT equal to new test. The interface is able to hold. This is the interface reference variable, right? The interface is able to hold implementation class object. When I call i.m1, I called i.m2, I called I dot m3 method. 3 methods I called. So when I compile this application, code is compiled. Cannot interface IT1, right? Good. This is my IT1 interface. So do the compilation, code is compiled. Now here CLS. So Java, the class name is called which class here? Test class. 2 times the data is printed, right? So the interface is able to hold implementation class object also. This is your interfaces concept. Interfaces. The interface. So in interface concept, right? So it is also known as 100% pure abstract class and SRS document. This is our example number 1. If example 1 is clear. Example 2. In the example 2, but concentrate in the example 2 here. So the test class contains how many methods total here? When you implement IT1, IT1 contains 3 methods. Test is acquiring 3 methods, right? Now test contains how many methods here? 3 methods. What are the 3 methods here? M1, M2, M3. But this class knows, test class knows implementation of only M1 method. If the test class knows implementation of only M1 method, I am writing only M1 method implementation. Generally test class contains how many methods? 3 methods. Out of 3, how many implementations are completed? 1 completed. Still it contains how many abstract methods? 2 abstract methods, right? Just declare the modifier. Which modifier here? Abstract modifier. So concentrate. Test contains 3 coming from IT1. Out of 3, how many implementations are completed? 1 completed. Still it contains how many abstract methods? 2. That is the reason I declared which modifier here? Abstract. Now concentrate here. Take one more child class. Class test1 extends which class here? Test class. Can you please override the remaining methods? So here, now tell me, test1 contains how many methods? Test contains 3 methods. It is acquiring from IT1. Test contains 3 methods means obviously test1 also contains how many methods? 3 methods. Out of 3 methods, how many implementations are completed here? 1 completed. 1 here, 1 here. So how many implementations completed? 2 completed, right? Still it contains how many abstract methods? Just like abstract classes, nothing. Still it contains how many abstract methods? 1 abstract method. Declare the abstract modifier. Take one more child class. Not exactly one implementation. Generally here I am writing one implementation, but don't think here we are writing only one implementation. So you can write the 2 implementations, so you can write the 3 implementations also, no problem. So don't think generally one implementation. We can write the 2 implementations or 3 method implementations also. Class test2, it extends which class here? Test1 class. The test1 class, I am writing M3 method implementation. When we write M3 method implementation, test2 contains total how many methods? 3. Out of 3, how many implementations are completed? All completed. All completed means test2 is normal class or abstract class here? Normal class. For the normal class, it is possible to create the object. Public static void main string array args open brace closure brace. Now create the object of which class here? Test2 class. Test2 t equal to, tell me, new test2 of test1. Test1 and test1 is abstract classes. It is not possible to create the object anyhow. Now I call t.m1 method. I call t.m2 method. I call t.m3 method. 3 methods I called. So can you please compile this application? So code is compiled. Test2 is not abstract, does not override. So sorry here. Test2 extends which class here? Test1 class. Test2 extend test1 class. Code is compiled, fine. Java, which class contains main method here? Test2 class contains main method, right? Can please execute test2 class. So clear? This is example number 2 regarding interfaces. So concentrate, it's not a great examples. Once you understand what is the process here, then you are able to understand your project very easily. If you don't know what is the concept, how to understand your real-time projects. Don't think here declaring M1 method, M2 method. In the project level, whatever the functionalities we have, we have declared your functionalities. But you must know what is the process first of all. Once you know the process, once you know the process, we are able to understand each and every point, right? So example 2. So concentrate in the example 1. I declared interface, I'm overriding all the methods in the test class. In the example 2, I declared interface, I'm overriding the first method in the first class, the second method in second class, third method. This is example number 2. This is your interfaces. So clear? There are 2 examples discussed regarding interfaces. So coming to the interfaces, for the interface also inheritance is possible. You know inheritance concept, right? The process of acquiring properties from one class to another class is called inheritance. For the interface also it is possible to apply the inheritance. So you know extends keyword to acquire the properties from one class to another class or not. In the same way, for the interface also we are able to apply the inheritance concept. Then how to apply the inheritance concept for the interfaces, you can please check it. For example, I declared interface. Where is the interface here? I declared interface. The interface ID1. The interface ID1 contains how many methods? Void M1 method. So in the same way, interface ID2. The interface ID2 contains void M2 method. I declared interface ID3. So interface ID3. The interface ID3 contains void M3 method. Now tell me, ID1 contains how many methods here? 1. ID2 contains 2. ID3 contains, IT1 contains how many methods? 1. IT2 contains 1. IT3 contains 1 method only. 1, 1, 1. But concentrate here. IT2, I would like to acquire the property from IT1. To acquire the property from IT1, just use extends keyword, extends IT1. So concentrate, the class extends, and interface also extends. So interface IT3, for the IT3 I would like to extend. So IT3 here I use extends keyword. IT3 extends, tell me here, I written the IT2. Now tell me IT1 contains now how many methods here? 1 method. IT2 contains 2 methods. 1 from IT1, 1 is IT2. IT3 contains how many methods? 3 methods. So for the interface also it is possible to apply the inheritance concept. So interface versus tell me inheritance. Interfaces versus inheritance. So for the interface also it is possible to apply inheritance concept. For example here, I declared class test. The class test implements which interface here? IT1 interface. When it implements IT1 interface, override how many methods here? Override how many methods? Override 1 method. Override 1 method. For example, whenever our class test implements IT2 interface, override how many methods? Override 2 methods. I declared class tester. The class test implements IT3. When it implements IT3, override how many methods? Override 3 methods. Clear? This is a interfaces versus inheritance. So an interface is able to extend the interface. And one more point here, I declared interface IT1. I declared interface IT1. So it contains void M1 method. It contains void M1 method. I declared interface IT2. The interface IT2 contains void M2 method. I declared interface M3 IT3 just like previous example, void M3 method. But concentrate here, my IT3 here I would like to extend IT1 comma IT2. Here I am extending how many interface at a time? So one class is able to extend one class at a time. You know that point. In entire Java, one class is able to extend how many classes at a time? Only one class at a time. But one interface is able to extend multiple interfaces at a time. One interface is able to extend how many interfaces at a time? Only multiple interfaces at a time. So here class tester, tell me it implements which interface here? IT3. When it implements IT3, override how many methods? Override 3 methods. Check the possibilities. In the project level, we use these possibilities based on the requirements. One class is able to extend how many classes at a time? Only one class. But one interface is able to extend multiple interfaces at a time. So check the last previous example. This is a previous example. Just inheritance I applied. In this example, one interface is able to extend multiple interfaces at a time. One interface is able to extend multiple interfaces. Another possibility, one more possibility. So what is the one more possibility here? For example, you are getting one doubt in this example. I hope you are getting some doubts in this example. What is the doubt? Ratan, my interface also, this one is also contains IT2, IT1. IT2 also contains M1 method. IT1 also contains M1 method. My test IT3 is extending IT1 or IT2. So now IT3 contains how many methods? Obviously IT3 contains how many methods here? 3 methods only. Don't think about the declaration. Here it contains one declaration, it contains M1, same declaration, right? While acquiring, it is able to acquire only one declaration. And here also must override how many methods? Only one method. Acquiring declaration is not a problem. So here Ratan, here same method, here same method. When I extend, which method is available? Which method is not a, don't bother about which method. We must override how many methods? Just one method is enough. Just how many methods are overriding is enough? Only one method is enough. The same conflict. So I will write one more time. Interface I declared IT1, so void M1 method. In the same way, I declared interface IT2, so I declared void M2 method. M1 method, M2 method. For example, here I declared class test. You know, the class test implements IT1 interface. When our class test implements IT1 interface, we must override how many methods? One method. But one class is able to implement multiple interfaces at a time. Here override how many methods here? Override 2 methods. So concentrate here. I will write all the possibilities. So in the first example, check clearly once. Interface IT1, IT2 extends IT1, IT3. Class test implements IT1 one method, implements IT2 two methods, implements IT3 three methods. But coming to interface, one interface is able to extend multiple interfaces at a time. When we have multiple declarations, same declarations, no problem. It is only one declaration. It has only one declaration. So what is our next one here? I'm having two interfaces. So interface IT1, interface IT2. When your class test implements IT1 and IT2, override how many methods here? Just 2 methods. So one class is able to implement how many interfaces at a time here? 2 interfaces. But concentrate. I hope you are getting one doubt. What is the doubt, Ratan? This method also contains M2 method, Ratan. Here also contains M2. Here override how many methods are enough here? Only 2 methods are enough. Because M2 is only declaration, right? This is a declaration, this is a declaration. What's the problem? Here override how many methods? Just 2 methods. Just to override 2 methods. I will write all the possibilities regarding interface and class. So you can please check the possibilities. Class and class. When we declare the class and class, then tell me here, use which keyword here? Extends. Class and class extends. I discussed just the interfaces concept. Interface. If both are same, then use which keyword here? Extends. Interface extends. I declared class. I'm having interface. The class and interface, which keyword here? Implements keyword. So implements keyword. So class extends. If both are same, extends. Class extends, interface extends, and class and interface implements. Now declared here, I declared class A. The class A extends the class B. Tell me, one class is extending another class. This is perfectly valid syntax. Class A extends B comma C. This is what? Invalid syntax. One class is able to extend how many classes at a time? Only one class at a time. So this one is invalid. The next one here, the class A I performed implements. Class A implements IT1. Valid. One class is able to implement the interface, right? The class A implements IT1 comma IT2. Tell me, one class is able to implement multiple interfaces or not? Yes. So I declared class A. The class A, I would like to use the extends A. So same class extension, right? This is called cyclic inheritance. This is called a cyclic inheritance. But Java is not supporting cyclic inheritance. This is invalid. In the same way, I will write the possibility regarding interfaces. Interface IT1 extends IT2. So tell me, one interface is able to extend interface or not? This is valid syntax. This is a valid. So interface IT1 extends IT2 comma IT3. So tell me, one interface is able to extend multiple interfaces or not? One interface is able to extend multiple interfaces. This one is also valid. This one is also valid. So I declared interface IT1 extends A class. Tell me, any possibility is there extending the class? Any possibility is there to extend the class here? There is no possibility here extend the class. So this is perfectly invalid. So that combination is not available. Interface IT1, it extends IT1, cyclic inheritance. The cyclic inheritance is also invalid, not allowed in Java. So clear. That is in interfaces wise. And it is possible to declare my class A is extending the B class. My class A is extending B class. And the same way, it is possible to implement interface also, IT1 and IT2. So in the single line, my class A is extending the B class and implementing the interfaces. How many interfaces here? IT1 and IT2 interfaces. This is perfectly valid. But here, I declared class A. The class A, I would like to perform implements IT1 and IT2. Then I would like to use extends B class. That it is valid or invalid then. This is perfectly invalid. When we write the extends keyword, implements keyword, if we write in the both keywords, the extends keyword must be extends keyword. Tell me, must be first keyword. Extends keyword must be first keyword. So concentrate when we write the multiple keywords, extends and implements in the same line. The extends keyword must be first. This reason this one is what? Invalid. So this is the possibilities of class and interface. Class to class extends, interface extends, class and interface implements. One class is able to extend so many classes at a time? Only one. And one interface is able to extend multiple interfaces at a time. And one class is able to extend the class as well as implements the interface. And the class is implementing interface extending, this is invalid. When we declare the class extends and implements, the extends keyword must be first keyword. So you can please check these possibilities once again. I will repeat the possibilities once again. This is the interfaces versus inheritance. Check the possibilities once. In front of the video, don't sit idle, can please cite. This all seems to be a little bit confusion, but it's very important to understand these points. Interface IT1, interface IT2 extends IT1. So one interface is able to extend the interface. This is called inheritance. What is the point number 2 here? The point number 2, one interface is able to extend so many interfaces at a time, multiple interfaces at a time. If you are having the same methods in this interface, just overriding of one method is enough. Third possibility here, one class is able to implement multiple interfaces. Here also M1 is there, here also M2 is there, here also M2 is there. Just to override of one M2 is enough. These are the possibilities of extends and implements. Possibilities of extends and implements. So clear? This is the basic introduction regarding interfaces.